Sometimes the most exciting stories in the financial world, they aren't the big headlines,
Mm,
right? It's more about the fascinating little details, the
yeah,
nuances unfolding behind the scenes.
exactly.
And today, we're looking at exactly that kind of story. We're going to explore a specific digital asset, XRP.
Right, XRP.
It's seen, well, significant action lately and also some pretty interesting misunderstandings.
Yeah, definitely some confusion there.
So our mission for you, our listener, is really to clarify why this stuff matters
Mm.
and what we can maybe learn from, market confusion, but also strategic growth in this whole digital asset space.
Uh-huh.
We're going to unpack some key insights from recent market analysis, some reports we've looked at.
And what's fascinating here, I think, is just how quickly the narratives can shift
Right.
and how crucial it really is to distinguish between, say, the underlying technology, a specific digital asset like XRP, and then the company that's sort of championing it.
Yeah, that distinction seems key.
There's a lot of opportunity, frankly, in understanding these different roles.
Okay, so let's talk about XRP's performance first, because it's been genuinely impressive.
It really has.
I mean, it surged, what, 60% in just 1 month?
60%, yeah. Pretty remarkable.
Outperforming the big guys, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, even Dogecoin.
Yeah, beat them all in that time frame.
But this rally, surprisingly, it stirred up quite a bit of confusion.
Mm.
There's this story, this anecdote about Dave Portnoy.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
He mistakenly sold his XRP. He thought that Circle's stablecoin, USDC, was in direct competition.
Right, with XRP, the token.
Exactly, which turned out to be a really costly mistake for him. XRP kept going, another 38% rally in just 2 weeks after he sold.
Ouch. Yeah, that's gotta sting.
It kind of reminds me of that time I almost mistook a stock ticker. Totally different company, similar name. Thankfully, not quite Portnoy level consequences for me.
Lucky you.
But it just shows how easy these mental slips are, right?
Yeah.
But how could someone like him, pretty prominent, get it so wrong? What does that tell us about maybe how widespread this particular misunderstanding is?
Well, it really raises that important question, like how do we classify these things? Digital assets versus the businesses built around them.
Uh-huh.
It's a common trap, honestly, to just conflate the two. And yeah, it seems like it still persists, even now.
So it's still a problem.
It seems so. And interestingly, this whole confusion had happened just after Ripple, the company, had actually applied for a national banking license.
Oh, right, with the OCC.
Exactly. The U.S. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the main federal regulator for national banks.
So that shows Ripple's serious about stepping into traditional finance.
Very serious. Kind of like Circle is doing in its own way.
Okay, that makes sense why maybe the timing caused confusion, conflating the company's moves with the asset's role.
Precisely.
But does the industry itself sometimes maybe unintentionally add to this? Similar names, marketing that blends the company and the asset.
That's a fair point. It can get blurry.
Because now, this is where it gets really interesting, we got some direct clarification from a crypto lawyer, actually.
Okay, good. What did they say?
They stated pretty definitively, XRP, the token itself, is not in direct competition with Circle or its stablecoin.
Right.
It's Ripple, the company behind XRP that's stepping into the stablecoin market,
Right.
with its own new asset, RLUSD.
Ah, RLUSD. That's the distinction.
Yeah. But, even with clear legal statements like that, how hard is it really to shift these, long-standing market narratives, investor perceptions?
Oh, it's incredibly challenging. And the deep insight here isn't just about tokens versus companies. It's really a vital lesson in identifying an asset's true purpose.
Well,
Portnoy's mistake really highlights that, right? Confusing a company's venture Ripple launching a stablecoin with the asset's core function XRP for liquidity can be, well, a multi-million-dollar mistake.
wow.
So for you, the listener, the takeaway is always drill down, what's the asset's core utility? Because that's where the real value and maybe the risk lies.
Got it. Utility.
And the lawyer, they reiterated that point. While Ripple and Circle, yeah, they operate on maybe a similar fintech infrastructure layer, XRP is specifically designed for liquidity cross-border payments. It's just not a stablecoin rival, not its job.
Okay.
And if you connect this to the bigger picture, understanding these nuances, it's just critical for anyone trying to navigate this space. It's not just what it is, but what's its intended use case.
That distinction is super crucial then. XRP versus Ripple's stablecoin strategy. And that leads us right into Ripple's next big move, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's talk about their proactive stuff, like introducing RLUSD, their own stablecoin.
Yeah, the Ripple USD.
Its purpose, as you said, is carving out a share in this, like, booming tokenized financial asset space.
That seems to be the goal.
And they're not messing around with partnerships either. Ripple's already teamed up with places like Anando Finance.
Right, Anando, focused on tokenized products.
And Anando has links to, well, the big players.
Yeah.
JP Morgan, BlackRock, Chase.
Heavy hitters?
That sounds like a really strong launch pad for RLUSD, getting it into the right hands quickly.
It definitely suggests they're aiming for rapid traction.
But are there any, like, potential roadblocks? Counterarguments? I mean, the stablecoin space is pretty competitive already.
Oh, absolutely. Competition is fierce. But this move by Ripple, applying for the bank license, launching RLUSD, it signals a really serious expansion into traditional finance.
It feels like a statement.
It does. It highlights that these major players, they're not just building tech in a vacuum. They're strategically positioning themselves right inside the established financial ecosystem.
Integrating, not just disrupting.
Kind of. And a crypto analyst we looked at, Zach Humphreys, he echoed the sentiment exactly. He said confusing Ripple's business ventures with XRP's specific use case is just a common mistake.
A Portnoy mistake again?
Exactly. And it can lead to really misinformed trading decisions. So it's just a key distinction for anyone looking at investments in this area. Keep them separate in your head.
Okay, so beyond the fundamentals and the clarification, XRP's recent run also tells a pretty compelling technical story, right?
Oh, yeah. The charts were interesting, too.
Let's look at that. XRP had a significant technical breakout. It broke above, what, $2.32? That resistance level.
That's right, $2.32, which was critical. It lined up with the 200-day moving average, a big level for traders.
And what's really fascinating, technically speaking, is that a momentum up buy signal was actually triggered by a specific algo trading system, the XTLGO software. It flags strong upward price momentum. That happened around $2.40.
Right around $2.40.
For someone watching those charts, that must have been like lights flashing, right?
Yeah.
A pivotal moment.
Absolutely pivotal, because since that signal, XRP gained over 43%.
Wow.
Touched $3.65, then had a bit of a healthy correction back to around $3.45. Still a huge move off that signal.
It's a serious gain.
It is. And you know, this whole XRP rally, it isn't just a win for people holding it. It's kind of a masterclass in informed conviction.
Informed conviction. Explain that a bit.
Well, the real insight isn't just about being patient, though that's part of it. It's patience paired with a deep understanding of the fundamentals.
Back to the use case.
Exactly. Knowing what the asset does, its strategic position. That's how you capitalize on these cycles, even when things seem stuck for a while.
Right, because XRP was kind of stagnant below $2.25 for some time.
For a long time. And the analyst, Humphreys, he shared that sentiment. Despite years of criticism, people bad-mouthing XRP, staying convicted, especially to top 10 assets like it, has really paid off for some. He actually mentioned recalling that stagnation below $2.25 and how he saw the $2 level as sort of a new accumulation zone back then.
Interesting perspective.
And now, looking forward, while trading volume usually dips on weekends, right?
Yeah, typically.
He's apparently looking towards Monday, anticipating maybe a continuation of the rally as institutional volume comes back in.
Okay, so eyes on Monday.
It just reinforces that idea, doesn't it? Strategic patience, plus really understanding the asset's fundamentals and the market dynamics. It can be incredibly rewarding.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So just to quickly summarize for everyone listening, we've looked at XRP's impressive rally. We've got that really important clarification around its distinct role versus Ripple, the company, and its new stablecoin, RLUSD.
A crucial distinction.
And we've seen the strategic positioning of Ripple, the company, moving deeper into traditional finance.
Right.
Our goal today really was to give you a shortcut to maybe being better informed, distinguishing between these complex terms, and seeing how that informed conviction can play out.
And perhaps just something to think about going forward.
Yeah.
Consider this as these lines between traditional finance and decentralized assets as they keep blurring.
Which they definitely are.
What new opportunities or maybe challenges might pop up for assets like XRP that are specifically designed to kind of bridge both of those worlds? Something to chew on.